So last week we went through a series of exercises that were about 2 minutes each to take pressure off necks and shoulders and backs from the very sinister task of sitting. So if you like, you can choose one of those little 2 minute routines and just plug it in every hour when you spend too much time sitting. Really easy to do, the exercises at least, but the discipline is the hard part. So set reminders, get your watch to annoy you, set your phone, anything at all that you can think of. This is going to be a similar series, but instead of looking at stretching, we're looking at strengthening with stretchy bands. So any color resistance band will be absolutely fine. I've got one that's just one long ribbon and the other one tied in a loop. If it's a tube, if it's a different color, it is absolutely fine. Whatever you've got is great. So aiming for about 2 minutes each. So the idea is that if you've sat for an hour, get out of the chair, stand up, change your posture, and spend 2 minutes doing any of these. Over time, your shoulders, neck, back will thank you. So you can just do one of these strength exercises every day, every 2 hours, every hour for a week, and then pick another one, up to you. So with your band, holding it at about chest height, shoulder height, one arm stays still and the other one is moving out to the side, maybe a little bit lower down, a little bit higher up, all these different directions while the other one stays still. Both of your thumbs are pointing upwards. No thumbs down with either hand. It really doesn't feel very good in the shoulders. And you can have soft elbows. You don't have to lock the elbows, slightly soft, no problems. So you spend about 30 seconds, maybe even 40 seconds with one arm, and then that one starts staying still. And your other arm is moving around. So one arm still, the other one working into different positions, different angles, just until it's in line with your body. You're not trying to reach behind you, like picking up a bag from the back seat. Not a good position that we need to be strong in. Let's just avoid doing that. Good deal. So 40 seconds each side leaves us with one final 20 seconds on the first side. And then wrapping it up with 20 seconds on the next side. Done. How good is that? So easy. So one band, you get them everywhere. We have stacks at the hospitals. So if you need one, shout out. But otherwise, a simple band. Don't use an Oki strap. Oof, do not use an Oki strap. Those little hooks are nasty. For the next one, if you've got a flat bit of band, it's fine. You just kind of pinch it between your thumb and your forefingers. But I really like to have one in a loop. Here's one I prepared earlier. So for this one, your hands are through the loop. I'm psyching myself up for this one. I find it really tough, part of my homework. So you push your hands into the band outwards like this, and then you're trying to lift your hands up as high as you can until one elbow wants to drift outwards, and then you come back down again. So first, push into the band, and then keeping everything in the same position, lifting up as high as you can, control. And for me, it's this little guy that wants to drift out to the side. So side on, elbows near your side, not squeezing. Push out into the band, and then lifting up until one wants to drift out, and then you come back down again with control. That's it. That's all we're doing. So taking your time, slow and controlled, breathe. Is that 2 minutes yet? I hope so. Well, I found this one really hard. Now, righty's going, lost the plot. I'll show you again. So when you get tired, this is a good example of what happens. So pushing into the band, lifting up as far as you can control. Now both my elbows are drifting apart. So let's call that 2 minutes. Good job. For the next one, So you're standing on the band and you're just lifting out to the side, up and out. So if your band isn't really all that long, you just do one arm at a time like I'm doing, so you have a little bit of the band underneath your foot. You're coming up and out. Sorry, dog. Make sure you trap the band under your foot. Again, why we don't use Oki straps. Fair enough if you don't trust this dog. Okay, and then other side. So you're allowed to lead with your knuckles or with your thumb, just not with your little finger. They're the rules. So again, about 40 seconds on each side, then 20 seconds to finish it off. You should already be a little bit fatigued. If you're not, take up a little bit more resistance. Again, up and out. 20 seconds, other side. All right, so there's three times 2 minute strength routines for your shoulders. It will leave them happier and healthier if you just put in that 2 minutes regularly. Let's do another one. So this one is probably better with a lighter band, which in this brand is a yellow or a red. So you want something that's quite stretchy because we're going to pick on some little muscles, but this is what we're working with today. So have the band starting off about shoulder width apart. Again, thumbs facing up, thumbs up for healthy shoulders. And you're taking both hands out to the side where your elbows stay where they are. So controlling out and in, make sure that your ribs don't pop, which I have trouble controlling, but working on improving. And this is all you do. So out and then back in again. And just slowly back in. It's really tempting just to let the band pull your arms back in. We get a lot of those strength benefits controlling the release as opposed to the pushing out the effort phase. And this one, if you can do 2 minutes, you're doing well. If you need to rest, you rest. You should get a bit of a warm burn on top of your shoulders, but not in your neck. All right, so 4 exercises, just using one bit of band. Could be a band, could be a tube, can be any color. Just make sure it doesn't have any chew marks or holes or rips or anything like that in it, because they don't last all that long once you start to put holes in them. Keep them out of the sun. Otherwise, they're pretty good for what they are. So 4 exercises, 2 minutes. Choose one. Try to do it every hour for a week. Every hour that you don't get up and move. And that's the alternative. Just get out of the chair, go and move around. That's all we want you to do every hour. Okay, see ya.